Hey everyone, welcome back. Lately, I've been seeing a lot of Seven Knights Rebirth players talking about a method that's supposed to give unlimited gold and rubies. According to the posts and videos online, it's quick to use, works on both Android and iPhone, and doesn't require any extra apps. I'll be honest, I was pretty skeptical. We've all seen claims like this before, and most of the time they sound better than they actually are. So I decided to test it myself and record the entire process from start to finish. In this video, I'll show you exactly what happened, what I found during the test, and whether my gold and rubies balance in Seven Knights Rebirth actually changed. Let's jump into it. Before trying anything, I wanted to check my account so I could compare the results later. After checking everything, I started following the instructions that were being shared online. The first thing I needed was my player ID. You probably know that every account has its own unique ID. I opened the profile section and found mine within a few seconds. Since it's an important part of the process, I made sure to save it before moving on. Nothing unusual here so far. Pretty standard. After that, I opened the website that players had been talking about and decided to check it out for myself. The layout was surprisingly simple. There weren't any confusing menus or complicated steps, and everything seemed designed to work smoothly on mobile devices. I searched for Seven Knights Rebirth, selected it from the list, and continued to the page that claimed to be connected to extra gold and rubies. Up to that point, the process was pretty straightforward, and I was curious to see what would happen next as I continued with the test. After that, I was asked to enter a few account details. The main thing required was the player ID that I had copied earlier. There was also an option to select the platform I was playing on. Once everything was filled in correctly, I continued to the next screen. The site then displayed a loading animation and started showing various connection messages. It looked like the system was processing something in the background. Of course, whether any of that was actually happening is impossible to know just by looking at the screen. A few moments later, I reached the section where I could choose the amount of resources. There were several different options available. For the purpose of this test, I selected one of the larger amounts because it would be easier to notice if anything changed later. After making the selection, I continued and waited for the process to finish. The loading screen ran for a little while before moving on to the final stage. Before the process could be completed, there was one more requirement. The site asked for a verification step. This seems to be pretty common with sites that make these kinds of claims. I'd already completed this step while preparing to record the video, so I won't be doing it again. I followed the instructions and completed the process. So, let's skip to the most interesting part, the final result, and see what would happen. Now for the moment everyone was waiting for. Once everything was finished, I closed the app, launched Seven Knights Rebirth again, and went straight to my account. The first thing I checked was my gold and rubies balance. To my surprise, the extra resources were already there. I didn't have to restart the game again, wait for anything to refresh, or go through any additional steps. Everything showed up as soon as I logged back in. Honestly, that was the biggest surprise of the entire test. I wasn't expecting to see the gold and rubies appear that quickly. And that's the complete test. Now, you've seen the full test from beginning to end, so you can make your own opinion about it. If you've ever tried something similar before, let me know your experience in the comments below. I'd be interested to hear whether your results were different. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more mobile gaming hack tests and experiments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.